about the spiritual, which is important. But we want to focus on the whole person because the whole person is who you are. It's not just the spiritual aspect. It's not just, we're body, soul, and spirit. And, we don't like to talk about the soul. We think, the soul, because we think that that's not as important. Because psychology, I don't go for all that psychobabble, But the reality is we have a soul. That's part of who we are. And we need to take care of that. Our mind, our mental, and our emotions, the emotional part of us. We need to take care of those things. Spend time with your family and friends, with your spouse, with your children. Make sure you have healthy relationships. Make sure you're spending personal time. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of those things that you need. Maybe a hobby, maybe writing in a journal, quiet time. Learn something new. Go to a class. Take a class on something, I've been thinking a lot about taking some classes on writing. Because even though I'm a good writer, I want to be a better writer. I want to be able to write books and things like that. And I've been working on it, but I don't know all the ins and outs of it. So I want to learn. Those are some things I want to do. So learning something new. The spirit, of course, we want to have our own spirit, our personal prayer time, Bible study, even Christian programming if you're into that. I'm not. But there are some people who like to, I like Perry Stone, different shows like that. You might like, I even like watching Joyce Myers. So, there's shows that you can watch that will give you spiritual growth, and then of course attending fellowship, Bible studies, church, Sunday school classes, prayer meetings, and then of course one of the things that I think we lack in our churches is reaching out to others, witnessing, teaching a Bible class, help at a mission or a food pantry, mentoring somebody, which is what Daughters of Destiny is really all about. And then, of course, our physical. We have to take care of our bodies. We have to take care of our health and nutrition, exercise, healthy diet, get good sleep, which I struggle with that. That's one of my issues is getting good sleep because I, tend to wake up at night instead of, getting sleepy. Of course, hygiene, good skincare, taking care of your hair and, your body and hygiene. Of course, we work with that with our kids a lot. That's more something that we deal with that. And then, of course, keeping our flesh in submission, keeping it under control and not, overindulging on things. And so one thing I have an analogy that I like to use about why we need each other. It's a music analogy. When you think about music, if everyone were singing, if there's one person singing the melody, that'd be great. If you had a whole choir of people singing the melody, it would be okay. But you know what? It's okay for a while, but eventually it would be like, I'm just listening to one person sing, even though there's 25 people there singing. However, when there's 25 people, you have the potential to have so many different sounds going. So eventually it needs to break off into complementary lines. So you have harmony. The harmony supports and enhances the song. It makes it better, makes it bigger, and it makes it much more interesting to listen to. Now, some people spontaneously know what the harmony notes are. They know just what to sing, Or if they're, in the band, they know just what to play. When you're in a band and you have someone, and they're like talented, they just know, the bass goes da-doom, 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 da-doom. They just know what to do. The drummer, and he knows just exactly where. And I know, Ryan. He's like, he can. I love watching Ryan play the drums. He's our hab worker. He's also Karen's son, and I love watching him play. he cut his hair now, but it was long. And when he would play, it would like go all over his face, and he'd be like playing, and it's like he is so, and he knows what he's doing on those drums, and it's just so fun to watch. If he didn't know what he was doing on the drums, it'd be scary because it would throw the whole thing off. But that's why it's good to practice our music, right? Well, that's the same way in life. We need to practice our part. We need to know what our part is, and we need to practice that part. Others can sing, you know, as long as there's someone else to follow. They might not hear it themselves, but they know if they hear someone else, they can, you know, sing along with that person, and then they can sing that part. Others need a little bit more coaching and encouragement. They can hear or even desire to sing the right notes, but, you know, are fearful maybe to venture out. And that's the whole point of Daughters of Destiny, is to help people who maybe are a little bit fearful of venturing out. They don't know exactly what they're wanting to do or how to do it, but, you know, we want to be here to help people, help women to begin to draw them out and to begin to step out into their gifts and callings. Okay, so that's what Daughters of Destiny, that's kind of the introduction to what Daughters of Destiny is all about. At the end, I'll talk a little bit about the upcoming meetings that are coming up. We got 3 other meetings that are coming up till the end of the year. And so you be watching for that, because those are very important. We're going to be, maybe I'll just share, September we're going to be meeting in Arizona City at Freedom Church. And are you gonna we're going to meet at Freedom Church, and it's at 11 o'clock. And I'm going to be talking about beautiful, and how, you know, to be a beautiful woman of God, and how we need to, what we need to do. And I'm going to be doing a little illustration called the Beauty Kit. So it's the things that we need to use in order to be beautiful women of God. And then, so that's September 12th at 11 o'clock in Arizona City. At Freedom Family Church, and I'll put that on Facebook for you know, the address and the directions to there. It's going to be good. I mean, I'm excited. They're going to have good food, and they're providing the food, so that'll be good. It was a brunch. And then in October, anybody that has the cards, see, this is what the cards look like. Zooming in. If anybody who has the cards, they say October 26th. That is wrong. It is October 24th. October 24th. And that's at 10 o'clock, and it's here again at Siegel Suites. It used to be Legacy Suites, formerly Legacy Suites. And again, I'll post the address later. And that one we're going to be talking about treasure, and I'm going to be having a special guest that's going to be sharing, and her name is Sherry Tinsman, and she works with the Special Needs Ministry in Phoenix, at Phoenix First Assembly, and she's going to be sharing about her heart and vision, what she's doing. She's going to share a little bit about her testimony, how she got into the ministry that she's doing, and how, you know, God just and how she began to see not just herself as a treasure, but she began to see those around her and those with disabilities, and helps them to see that they are a treasure of God. So that's going to be October 24th at 10 o'clock, right here in the same place. And then December 5th, we're going to be having one called the Holiday Spa. And I can't go into the details on it because I'm not sure. I haven't talked to my friend about it yet, so I'm not going to say if that's what the one that she wants to do for the presentation, and she's going to be there to do that. So, but one of them we're going to be doing one called Tea and Tango. So I'm excited about that, because I want to see what she's going to be doing with that, friend of mine. And So I want to, I'm excited to do that. But the holiday spa, it's going to be, the topic is going to be on joy. And, we talk about joy to the world, the song, and we talk about that, but how does that apply to our lives today? And how can we have joy even when there's so many tragic things happening in the world? So those are the things that are happening in the next few months. So is it still going? Okay. I'm going to, I want to share this next song with you.